Lesson 5.4, solving radical expressions. Sounds like something that would be super difficult, and it's really going to go by pretty quickly. So equations with that radical, that square root sign, can be solved by the following method. Right? We get the radical by itself on one side of the equal sign. We raise both sides of the equality to the power of the radical. For example, if it was a cubic root, raise both sides to the third power, and then we solve whatever is left. So here we go. We have square root of y minus 2 and then minus 1 equals 5. So the first thing I want to do is isolate the radical, right? Go back to PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract, right? Those are grouped. And we solve going backwards. When we're solving equations for x or y or anything else, we go backwards. Our radicals are included with exponents, right? Because that square root of x, for example, would be same as x to the 1/2, right? So we are going to work to isolate this radical, and then we solve from there. So the first thing I need to do is add away this 1. That gives me square root of y minus 2 equals 6. And then I am going to get rid of the radical. So to undo a square root, I square both sides. So that gives me y minus 2 equals 36. And then I'm going to add away this 2. I get a final solution then of y equals 38. Same thing applies, right? Isolate the radical, get rid of the radical, solve what is left. So I am going to subtract away this 5. Now this is a common mistake, right? This is a plus 5, right? A positive 5, so I'm going to subtract away a 5. So I'm going to get square root of this quantity 4y minus 5 is equal to 7, right? 12 minus 5 is 7. To get rid of this square root, I square both sides. That leaves me with 4y minus 5 equals 49. I'm going to add away the 5, right? Add 5 to both sides. I get 4y equals 54. And then I am going to divide away the 4. And that gives me y equals, and then that would be 13.5, right? 54 divided by 4 is 13.5. For this last example here, so I have 3y plus 1 to the 1/3 power plus 5. Right? We are just going to continue what we've been doing, and that is to isolate the radical. Right? I could say this is 3y plus 1 all to the cubic root of 3y plus 1 plus 5 equals 0 if I wanted to. Right? What I am going to do is I'm going to isolate this part with the exponent. So to do that, I'm going to subtract away the 5. Right? So I subtract 5 from both sides. That gives me 3y plus 1 to the 1/3 power. To undo the 1/3 power, I'm going to take both sides to the 3rd power. Right? To undo this cubic root here, I would take both sides to the 3rd power. So negative 5 to the 3rd power is going to be negative 125. And then I'm going to have 3y+ 1 over here. Now I'm going to work to isolate y. So I'm going to subtract away the 1. Right. It's going to give me 3y equals negative 126. And then I'm going to divide away the 3. So negative 126 divided by 3 is negative 42. Right, so those are our examples for solving with radical expressions, also with solving rational expressions with those exponents. We're just going to follow that order of operations and deal with that exponent part or that radical part as needed.